Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Night Roundtable. It's volume 103, I think. I didn't go back and look, but I'm almost positive this is 103. That's what I listed it as anyway. Not sure exactly what we're going to talk about. I know there's a few subjects we'll probably hit, and they may or may not be some more people join. I sent out a few more invites. YouTube live chat's kind of a little bit messed up tonight. I had to send all the links to inboxes. So if you want to be on, and you're normally on, look in your inbox. There's probably an invite there. So with that being said, let's introduce our other two guests here. Daniel, would you like to say anything and promote your channeling?
No. Daniel got as my judge. Yeah, you know me. I'm just all over the place, causing hate and discontent around the world 24/7. And thanks for having me on, TR.
No problem. Anytime, man. Blue, would you like to say anything?
No, thanks for the invite. As always, good to see the external chat starting to fire up pretty early, actually, tonight. I'm sure we'll get some more people on there. I'm layered up out in the garage. I got a long sleeve button-up shirt underneath. I've got a hooded sweatshirt, a jacket, and a hat. Up north, well, right now in the garage, it's 60 degrees, so I'm going to have to transition back down to the dungeon here relatively soon. So the only thing channel update-wise I got going on, if any of you guys are into like MREs, that type of deal, I had a company reach out to me. I did a video about a year ago from EverSafe Meals Ready to Eat, or EverSafe something like that. But they are, I think something's on fire. But they're sending me a coupon code. So whenever I put that video up, I did a review on it was expired when EMT Railfan got it by like a year. And I've had it for 2 years, and the kids and I opened it up the other day and ate it. So whenever I put that video up, there's going to be a coupon code. I don't know what it is yet, or what it's going to be, like free shipping or 10% off, but there will be a little extra discount for viewers if that's what you're into. So it's pretty good.
Was the pack clear?
Yeah, it was relatively clear, and it had like the vacuum pack stuff inside of it, with like some type of candy, a drink, a coffee, a snack, and like a main course.
Okay, I think I got some of those. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let me go grab it right quick.
Well, since we're kind of on that subject, well, TR is going out finding that. I've never used one of these before, meal ready to eat heater, and this actually came with the pack that I just opened, and I'd never used one before. And at first I was very intimidated, I guess you could say, because the instructions on the front of this thing, I mean, it was just instructions. This is this. This is this. Do not fill over this. Do not do this. I'm like, holy shit. But it got hot, and it warmed the what the heck was it? It was some type of cheese tortellini and tomato sauce or something like that. I couldn't believe it. Every one of my kids, which they are the most, they're 10 to 7 years old, bam, they ate every bit of it, and they're like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. And I was very impressed with that.
When did you feed them then? Was it today?
No, it was yesterday, and there was no issues.
No issues, so they were able to go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah, everything's good.
Okay. That's the biggest issue I guess people have with MREs.
Yeah, well, it worked relatively quick, because like a charm, I'm in the bathroom, just got done taking a shower. I'm shaving my head. I'm like, and the middle one comes running in. I got to poop. It's like, why do you always got to do that when I'm shaving my head?
Oh, the cure for constipation, your head.
That's about what it is. That's the bad part about having a small house with one bathroom and 5 people.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm the video is ready to be put up. I'm just waiting for that code to come out because like I said, I don't know what it's going to be, but
Shaving your head or making the MRE?
no, I don't know what the coupon code is going to be for. I don't know if it's going to be like a 10%, 20%, something off, but saving money.
Yeah. TR's back.
Hey, is it ever safe? Is that it?
That's it right there.
Yeah. I got maybe we ought to do a giveaway tonight and give away some of these. These are a couple of years expired, I think. I think it was 6 months or so expired when I got them. I've had them a couple of years. I got 6 cases of these son bitches.
Holy shit. You need to pop some of them open and do some review videos because I mean, could you hear what we were talking about?
No, I just caught the tail end. Well,
I mean,
the kids having a food fest, I like out.
No, but the most impressive part is that the kids enjoyed it, and they are the most finicky eaters ever. And that's the first one we did. It was like a tuna fish, like it was a tuna fish pouch and like some type of crackers that were vacuum sealed, peanut M&Ms, some type of drink mix, a coffee mix. There was something else in that one. I think it was like cheese curls, like vacuum packed. And man, they destroyed that thing. I hardly got to eat any of it.
Hidden Nemesis said he's in for the giveaway.
I might give away a few of them tonight later on, just for the hell of it. I mean, yeah, maybe like we'll do a few giveaways and give away 2, and 2, maybe give away about 6 of them or something like that. I mean, because like I say, I mean, these things, I know MREs are. I want to say the last time I heard was 5 years, but I always heard it was 10 when I was in the military. If it was 10 years old, I'd eat it. I mean, as long as it ain't puffed up, it's like a canned goods. I mean, one of the times I bought oysters, like little oysters to make. I mean, raw oysters canned. Well, they're cooked if they're canned, and they were good for like 4 years out of the grocery store. I'm like, well, damn, oysters are good for 4 years. I believe anything's good for 10.
Okay, now Blue did that test on all those vests that are expired. So I think you should make a whole series of videos about your expired MREs.
I got some that's over 20 years old.
There you go. You can just go back in progression until we see you get sick.
Yeah, there you go. I'll have to pick a Friday when I got the weekend off, so I'll have a couple of days to recover in case I get sick. I don't predict. It's like canned goods. If it ain't puffed up, you open it up, it don't smell bad, you can eat it. You might not get anything out of it. It ain't gonna make you sick. It may not taste good or as good because that's what happens. It loses flavor and nutritional value.
Right.
Now, with the one that you just held up, is the nutrition thing on the back? Can you see the highlighted words to what that one is?
Let me get my reading enhancers on. Okay, what do you got? Total fats 46%, saturated fat 55%, cholesterol 15%, sodium 50%. Total carbohydrates is 63%. Well, I shouldn't say percent. Well, yeah. Maybe I should do it the other way. Total fat 30 grams, saturated fat 11 grams, trans fat 2 grams, cholesterol 45 milligrams, sodium 1,190 milligrams. Total carbohydrates is 190. Dietary fiber is 7 grams, sugar is 122, and protein 17 grams.
But does it give the calorie intake? I thought because mine was 1,200 right on the button for one little pack.
This one actually just says 1,080.
Okay. But at the top, if you look up, like it says what the foods are in it, it should be in the bold print. What's the main course on that one?
Marinara sauce and meatballs.
Yeah, I didn't have that one yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it depends on what meal it is. So, and I was going to say a regular MRE, I wouldn't say it's double this size, but it's probably a third bigger than this. It's a good bit bigger. I don't know how much different stuff's in it, but I mean, it looks to be about the same. I don't know, maybe there's got to be something else that's in an MRE that ain't in these, because they're not quite as big as a regular MRE.
Right.
Or at least the new ones anyway. Yeah, I need to pop one of these open and do a video. I'll pop one of my old ones up and do a video.
If you got the meatball one, you probably have the MRE heater in that one as well. So
yeah, those do come with a heater. That is true. I have popped one open.
No, that's I'm good with it. I mean, like I said, that tuna fish, I'd have to look back at the video, but I don't want to say guarantee, but I'm relatively sure that on the pack, it was like just one of them little packs of tuna fish that you buy for like $1. It was something like that. But on the back, I'm pretty sure whenever we ate it, it was 1 year and 3 months expired. And popped it open, smelled it. It was like, no, that seems all right. And of course, I did the first taste test because I'm not going to do that to the kids. And it was, it tasted like tuna, and they ate it. So I don't know. They got a good product, I think.
Oh, and what I think I said it. I looked up the company after I got them, and because of where they were expired, and I was kind of curious and whatever. And theirs, they put one as soon as they sell them, they only good for 2 years or 3 years right off the bat. And I'm like, well, hell, they're fine. That is the same thing that's in an MRE. Same company made that crap, because I have regular MREs. It's the same packs. It's just a civilian version, but it's the same stuff.
Well, you just gave me an idea where I ought to just go work now. A few years ago, I had some friends that would go on the disaster teams with FEMA, and they get paid $400 to $700 a day for just babysitting a generator, keeping it fueled up, checking the oil. And and they also had the pallets of MREs there. And whenever they were told, okay, pack up, we're leaving, whatever was left on those pallets, they just divvied them up amongst all the team, and everyone would head back with money in their pocket and a whole back end of a truck full of MREs. Something to think about.
Yeah, I know. My buddy's wife works somehow, I don't know the position or anything, but high up in the fire departments of South Carolina. Mm-hmm. In administrative, whatever. She works in Columbia. She drives back and forth, and which is half a state away. But anyway, after the hurricane just came through here the other day, FEMA sent 17,000 MREs down to them, and their problem is where the hell are we gonna put these? There's only 12 in the case. Think about it, 17,000.
Were they wrapped up in plastic or just in the open boxes?
Sure, it's just the cases, those big cardboard boxes.
Rick, how you doing?
Good. How's everybody? Yeah, I was sitting in the garage, just sitting here messing with my stuff, and wasn't paying attention because the bell goes off. Blue, thanks for the no bell, huh? Not today.
TR, did you send SoCal a link? Because he asked. I didn't know if he said it.
Now he texted me and said he couldn't join tonight. He said he would be in the side chat. He just wasn't filling up to being on the chat. Now, if he wants a link, I'll send you a link, SoCal. You got my number, text me. Hell.
Sorry for being late, TR.
Daniel and Coda Boy is the only people out of everybody I try to invite. They're the only two that come up on Google. Everybody else I've been having to send it to the inbox.
Yeah, it's weird because usually I just wait for the bell to ring. I'm like, okay, TR's taking a shower and got home from work and doing all his whatever.
I was thinking about texting you, and I didn't see you in the external out there.
Yeah, I looked down and I'm like, what the hell? Well, it's late. So sorry for my tardiness.
Well, that's my fault. I should have texted you and let you know.
I can't speak for Blue. I just get on here because I'm desperate for love and attention.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a puppy dog.
Yep. And the occasional reach around helps a lot.
I'm just trying to think of a good line from some movie that I can't come back with.
Every damn guy I work with, he's an Army guy, and he is horrible. I mean, everybody around him is like, "How you work with that guy?" I was like, "I fucking Army guys, you know how they are. They won't talk about the Navy, but it's the Army. Them guys are in foxholes with each other. You can't trust them guys." He's constantly talking about, screwing another guy. "Hey, I like the way you bent over there," just shit like that all day long. He never stops. But he's just joking around.
Oh, I mean, TR, you ought to know how to stop him. I mean, I had this kid at work that always do this stuff, come up and try to like hug and try to weird you out. And it's like, I looked right at him and I said, "I'm ready to kiss you. Don't you understand? I spent 20 years in the Navy in any port in a storm." Oh, I could never touch him from then on. He would run.
You scared him off. Which is probably a good thing. Switch this shit over here.
All right. Got one subject we could talk about. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and hit that. I don't know how you pronounce that. TML4 4CHB. I don't know what to do. I'm sure that actually is supposed to say something, but anyway, let's talk about the NFL for a minute. I wouldn't piss on those guys if they was on fire, much less watch them. And I don't watch football anyway, so it really don't affect me. But if I did, I'd quit. That's just me.
I
have.
Thing
I
on
give
that,
them up.
I'm glad all you fuckers finally, after a year, decided to jump on board with that. That's the only thing I got to say about that. But the thing that pisses me off, my beer, Bud Light. I'll give you a regular can. Bud Light, boom. I went to the beer store today to get some Bud Light, and I had absolutely no choice. No choice whatsoever but to buy it in.
You had a choice. Quit buying that shitty beer.
I'm not buying anything less, and I sure shit ain't paying any more.
You should have bought iced tea.
That's right.
Well, I just ain't my normal, and I'm drinking some foo-foo beer tonight, that Sam Adams Oktoberfest. I don't normally drink crap like that, but I tried some the other day, and I was like, I might get a 6-pack of that on the way home. That's pretty good. Yeah, but just roughly, okay, let me sum it up best I can, and then y'all can talk about it, or we can all talk about it. Here's my take on it. When Kaepernick started, he said it was over oppression, America's oppression of the black man or black race, whatever. Flat out. Wasn't cops, wasn't it? No, America's oppression of blacks over the years or whatever, whatever. And now they're trying to change it. Well, it's over police brutality and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. So you changed your mind. It's over that now. Well, if Harvard just did a study, statistically, I have a better chance of getting shot while unarmed by a cop than a black man. It's a statistical fact. Maybe you can get into, I don't know, maybe you can get into percentages, but I read the article and it was pretty blatant. It was Harvard article, which is a liberal school. I don't know if they are. They're not Berkeley, but at the same time, you don't really, you kind of figure they're going to go with the left. But anyway, it went on and on. Of course, there was twice as many white people killed as blacks. They only make up 13%. So you can kind of argue that a little bit. But of course, just right off the bat, if you take out some of the big cities where the crime rate's so high, it would drop to nearly nothing. America is like one of the safest places to live in the world if you exclude Chicago, LA, a few other cities. Then it's like we have no crime almost, just like,
So
I'll make another point. I made it on Rich's chat, I think last night. Like the teams that went to England and they took a knee for the American anthem when the flag was shown, American anthem, and then they stood up for the England's national anthem, God Save the Queen, or whatever it is. If it's about racism, which is the other thing that they bring up, it's the racism, and oppression over the years. Slavery was in America longer under the English flag. It started under the English flag. We were English. We were part of England. We wasn't a fucking America until 1776, and then what was it, 100 years later, pretty much, it was abolished. But up until then, we had slavery and under the English flag. So anyhow, their reasoning is all confounded and upside down and sideways. I don't care. And there was a guy at work trying to justify it. It's like, oh, they're not. That's not why they're kneeling. Yeah, it is. That's what they said. He's not protesting the American anthem. They took a knee during the American anthem. They can say that it's for something else. I don't care what they say they're doing, why they're doing it, but they're kneeling for the American anthem and they're pissing on the American flag. I don't care what their reasoning is. That's what they're doing. Point blank fact. I don't care what the reason is. That's what they're doing. But of course, is one of them people you can't have. Left as hell. You can't even have a discussion. They'll try to bring up one fact. What about that guy that got choked to death over selling cigarettes on the sidewalk? Well, first of all, is he legally doing it? I mean, I didn't even get into it. I just walked off. I was like, okay, man, whatever. I said, but me, I ain't watching it. But it's like he was doing an illegal act. He wasn't. They were wrong. They choked him out. Whatever. He's a big man. Bad things. It was a bad event. But he still was resisting. He still was doing an illegal activity. Okay, don't commit a freaking crime, and then you don't even have to worry about it, okay? But that's beside the point. I'm against it. I say piss on all of them. If you want my opinion, boycott them. Don't watch them. Don't even click on it, because if you click on it, your damn cable box sends a signal, and they know they got a view, just like damn YouTube. Avoid it like the damn plague. Don't support him whatsoever.
Who are you asking first?
I say Blue. Go ahead. You're the one with a football can.
Yeah, you really fucking un-American bastard.
But the thing is, I didn't pay any more today than what I paid in the past, so it
don't matter.
But yeah, the whole football thing. Like I said, we're gonna start back a year ago. We're even go back prior to that. How about Tim Tebow? He kneeled on the sideline, like by himself in solidarity, and he went ahead and prayed before each game. And basically, the NFL told him, "You're not putting your personal views in the game. Don't do it." Everybody bashed him for that. So we fast forward to last year. We have was it last year or the year prior, whenever the NFL's halftime show, I think it had Beyonce in it, and she did her song. She's an artist and everything. Well, she's a bitch now, but the choreograph for that was a bunch of people dressed in, Black Panthers like clothing. And every now and again they put their fist up in the air. They did the whole, Black Power type thing. And the NFL was okay with that. And you cannot tell me that the NFL does not regulate halftime shows. They've got to, or else it would just run rampant. And then we move a little bit farther ahead, or in the past, I can't remember which halftime show that was. You have the 5 officers in Dallas that were killed. The Dallas Cowboys wanted to put a little tiny sticker on their helmet to honor those guys. The NFL said absolutely not. Again, you have NFL guys that wives, daughters, mothers, whatever, get affected by cancer. They want to do a little tiny thing for cancer awareness. No, you're not doing that. Absolutely not. You're not doing that. But they will fine an NFL player if they write something on their tennis shoes to honor somebody. They will fine you for that. And now we move up to today with, well, Kaepernick, whatever the hell his name is, started the kneeling. Nothing was done. Nothing was said. It started progressing. And now we have all these people that are doing it. And it's kneeling for the anthem. I don't give a fuck what you're kneeling for. You don't do it while you're on the job. If you want to protest police brutality, if you want to protest whatever, and you want to do it on your own time, go ahead. Go to the city hall. Go to the police department on your own time and protest it. Take a knee. Do whatever you want to do, but not when you're a paid professional that is overseen not only by your NFL team, but the NFL. So that's about it.
Everything you said is true, and Blue, your video is locked up. I don't know if you have to jump out and jump back in or what, or turn your camera on and off. I don't know. Your audio was fine, but your video's froze. Okay. Well, Daniel, you go ahead if you got anything to say about it.
Okay, well, I've come out here to do the dark man, smoking man, because we're going to go there. I quit watching the NFL when they went on strike a number of years ago because they don't pay my rent. They don't pay for the groceries. They're a bunch of spoiled, rich entertainers where probably, I'm going to shoot a guess, 80% or more really couldn't even pass a high school GED test. And a couple of years ago, you had a movement that was going on to make NFL more player friendly, the whole concussion thing. And where I bought it, I buy into the whole thing that they are out for the demasculation of men, and they were out to kill, the left is out to kill football. And now you got all these ignorant people that couldn't even pass a high school making more money, and they think they're privileged, now saying F you to the United States of America. Well, they're stupid enough to buy into the left's game of the demasculization of men, and they just cut their own throats. And they're dumb, they're stupid. And there's a few smart ones in there, but unfortunately, they're bowing down to the pressure of the paycheck. So I think we need to go back and watch women's roller derby. We'd probably get more entertainment out of that.
Well, speaking of women's sports, that women's lingerie football league, they blatantly said, we're going to stand up for the American anthem. I keep seeing all these memes and stuff. It's like, hey, forget the guys. Let's watch this. It's more entertaining anyway. Rick, you got anything to say? I didn't think so. Anyway, moving on.
I got all sorts of shit to say. Got me started on this NFL shit. You're going to get it now. All right, first you got a fuckhead that makes millions of dollars that's complaining about being oppressed, his race. If you want to go out and work and you want to work hard at whatever you want to do and you do a good job at it, more than likely you're going to succeed. That's the first one. If you see my video, I have a kind of a challenge, and the challenge is you have two things you can be. You can be a sports fan or an American. So you make the decision. If you're going to, sorry, Blue, if you're going to buy NFL bullshit and you're going to watch cable television and NFL ticket and all this stuff that's going to keep those asshats rich, fuck it. I think everybody should turn the channel, watch something else, watch roller derby like Daniel said, anything but fucking NFL. College, watch it all. But those guys can all burn in hell. So other than that, you have the freedom of speech, just like we do here, and me telling them they're asshats. They can say, oh, yeah, Rick's an asshat. I honestly don't give a fuck. But do it. If you have problems with Black Lives Matter and and people killing blacks, then go to Chicago and put money into more police or whatever the case is to make the crime lower. If you have all that money, use that money that you have. If you're so wanting to promote whatever your cause is, use your money. Don't put that money where your mouth is. Don't drive around in your fancy fucking cars and your big old things and screw up football, because in the end, everybody loves the NFL. I mean, it's a fun sport to watch for the most part, but fuck you guys. They can all pack sand and burn in hell for all I care. There you go.
The thing that pisses me off, and it's not only that the NFL's doing this, now you have Pee-wee leagues. I saw news stories today that Pee-wee leagues were kneeling and turning their back to the American flag. We're talking kids 8 years old and younger. Whose story are they trying to promote here? It's not their own. By no means is it their own.
I would like to see a follow-up story to that, to how many parents removed their kids from that, because the coaches made them do it or told them to do it. They ain't like they done it on their own.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I'd be fucking pissed.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
Everybody.
Now, hell, it might have been in California, and that's just the damn the way they do the national anthem now in California or something. I'm not making fun of California. I'm just saying it might have been a really liberal place, but it don't matter. I can't imagine every parent of those kids was for that. If they were, it was a very, 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 very liberal city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that has kids in a public school system needs to check out the teachers and the staff, because that does not surprise me with the Pee Wee football leagues and all that, with the coaches promoting it. That is getting pushed, liberalism, big time in your public schools and colleges.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I don't care which one of my kids, like there's cheerleaders that are kneeling, even though the football players in high school are standing, the cheerleaders are kneeling. Any of my kids ever did that shit, that would be the end of, I would probably walk right out on the field and grab them. You're done.
See, and I said this shit in my video, and I honestly did it. Ever since my kids were babies, just tiny little kids, until 12 years old, I sang the national anthem to them every night as they were going to bed. And I did that in hopes that they knew I was an American, that was a patriot that would fight for this country, but I also to get them to be the exact same thing. Hopefully they're going, what the fuck is this bullshit, when they're seeing people bow or kneel to the fucking national anthem. I mean, I'm sorry, this stuff's kind of pissing me off, but it doesn't make any sense to do it in that fashion. I don't care what you want to talk about, do it, but don't do it during the national anthem. Mm-hmm. It's like when you go to a game and they have the national anthem going and you got some dickheads talking or bullshitting in the back, and you just turn around and go, what the fuck? The national anthem's going on. Shut the fuck up. You want to just punch them in the nose. And it's, I don't know if it was the way I was brought up or it has to do with the fire service or whatever the case is, but it's like, I honestly, I just makes my blood boil when that shit happens. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I seen it's this quick little Facebook video. I have no idea what the event was. I think some Olympics is going on or something. I have no freaking clue. But some kind of international sporting event was going on. This guy wasn't even from America. He was like a foreigner. I'm pretty, because he had like, I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but it was like a yellow colors and stuff. It looked like whatever. Anyway, this lady reporter was trying to interview him, and the American anthem was on, and he shut her up. He said, the anthem's on.
Mm-hmm.
And he turned around. And just, hey, shut up. There's an anthem on.
That's bold.
Because they all stand up for each other's anthems. They all respect each other's flag, each other's country,
That was the Olympics. I don't remember. It was the Summer Olympics. I think it was like 2 years ago. That individual, I don't know his actual name, but they call him Bolt, and he was from Jamaica.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
But there again, that's that all comes back to the family unit. You know, it comes back to patriotism and what's being taught. I mean, it doesn't matter if you like the president or not. Everybody, you know, not everybody, a lot of people hated Obama. You didn't see this shit going on. Well, actually, Kaepernick, I guess. No, did Kaepernick do it when Obama was president? He did. But I mean,
Yes, he did.
He was the only one. And but his was against the so-called police targeting the minority, which has been proven over and over again false.
Bullshit. See, and to me, the national anthem means nothing but unity and respect for all the men and women that fought for this country. I mean, there's a lot to that, but what I'm saying is nothing gets involved in that. Nothing should ever, like, when the national anthem's going, that's what you're there for. You know, your heart's over your head, or if you're wearing a uniform, you're saluting. Don't put anything other into it than a united Americans, all for that, whatever, depending on how long they sing it, you know, however long that song is, everybody is united in that stadium as Americans. It doesn't matter if you're an Obama fan, a Trump fan, whoever the fuck it is, does not matter, because you are in America. Be American, and at those seconds, however many minutes that song is playing, everybody is one person, united.
A minute and 14 seconds. If you can't stand still for a minute and 14 seconds, you got problems.
Right.
I mean, you know, the version that you always hear, I know the actual song's actually a little longer, but what we always hear, you know, the first 2 verses or 3 verses or whatever it is.
Why the fuck is this mojo on this Tim Bates guy? He's an ex-police officer that was released for medical reasons, which I'm guessing was mental health. He ended up in Washington, D.C. to, what the fuck was it? He was like trying to meet the head of the, like, all the 3-letter alphabets, you know, the FBI, the Homeland Security, all these other people.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got, you know, they put an implant in my brain and they're doing this and they're doing this, talking crazy shit. So they check his car and there was like a bunch of well, I don't want to say a bunch of, but there was AK-47, a bunch of ammo, some other weapons and some other ammo, and they ended up arresting him. He's a fucking mental case, apparently.
Yeah, Mojo, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. Blue knows more about it than me. I haven't seen that hit my headlines. It's not come across my radar.
It was like last week or something. I mean, it's really, it's nothing. It's a guy with mental problems that happened to be a police officer that went to Washington to try to get with, like I said, all those 3-letter alphabetic, companies, because somebody put an implant in his brain that was controlling him, and he ended up getting arrested. I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when you show up to 3-letter designators acting fucking cuckoo.
Yeah.
Well, I just look at all this here. When we're all old men wearing Depends, and we're looking at what's going to be going on in the world then. I mean, look, you got all this unscreened immigration coming in, where they believe in a lot of kids. You look at the families today, and what is the average family? 2.5 kids, maybe. And we're going to be sitting there as a minority, and you're going to have things like Sharia law with the popular vote going to be ruling the country, and we're being just preached on, hey, stop having kids. And they're just changing the full dynamics of this country. We're screwed. So this
I don't
is
see
just,
that happening.
you know, I hope it don't.
I don't. Well, if it's in my lifetime, I don't. I mean, I don't.
Well, I'm sorry, Rick.
No, go ahead. I'm just saying, I think there's enough people out there that hopefully won't get it to. Hopefully, won't see that happen. Basically, so the short answer.
Well, if nothing else, the push is for socialism. All this Antifa, whether they even realize it or not, they're being funded and pushed toward this narrative. I mean, we're all seeing videos. I've seen one video where the girl ripped the guy's hat off, and there was a little video, and she ended up getting arrested for it, you know, and she kept screaming, he's causing genocide. He's doing genocide. And I'm thinking the whole time, where the hell, what did electing Trump cause genocide at? Now, as far as the wars we're doing in the Middle East, which still isn't genocide, yeah, there's a lot of people dying and stuff, but that was going on way before Trump got elected. You know, what, he wants to damn check people at the border? That's genocide? What the hell are you talking about? But she was brainwashed thinking that Trump is causing genocide, actual genocide. I don't think she knows what the word genocide means, to be honest. But anyway, the whole Antifa movement, the whole anti-Trump movement, all that is a push for socialism. This shit's been going on for 100 years.
I think you're onto something.
Let me put my tinfoil hat on. There is an agenda to push us to socialism, and they've slowly been eating away at it. And now they really freaking out because they thought Hillary was going to give them another big push towards it. And that didn't happen. And so they freaked out. They're being fed bullshit. They're eating it up, and they're reacting. They don't know why they're reacting, but they're being told all this stuff because every time I've seen somebody being interviewed, Antifa, anti-Trump, whatever it is, they ain't got not one damn good answer for any question. I don't care how simple the question is. They don't have a answer for it. But Trump is bad. He's evil. We got to get him out. Well, why? Well, he's doing this. Well, no, he's not. Here's what he's done. Da, 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 da. Well, he's doing this. No, he's not. This is what he done. Da, 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 da. They have no answers. They have no clue of why they're fighting. They just want to fight. You know? Fucking morons.
Well, and I think Car Carrier said it pretty well. I think going back to your answer, Daniel, there will be a civil war before there's Sharia law, because I know that they wanted it. Their plan, their long-term plan was to infiltrate basically all countries. And how do you do that? You sneak in or whatever, and you start making babies, and you make lots of babies. And that's the plan of taking over. And then you get enough voters if you talk the slow route. And then sooner or later you have Sharia law.
So when you add the socialism aspect in on it, now if they can get us to fight the Muslims, then they can come in and push for more of a all-inclusive type of religion where they just conglomerate everything together. And then a socialism can take over is what they do want in the end. Because as part of the Communist Manifesto is no matter what group it is, if it helps get your group forward in what their agenda is, you use them until they're no longer usable, and then you throw them to the side. So if they can get us fighting each other, I mean, you can always get one half of the population to go out and kill the other half. That's from the gangs in New York.
Well, and if you go back to the overall agenda 21, they need to get rid of 2/3 of the population in order to be, you know. So it's a plan that's been in effect for a long time.
Yeah.
More tinfoil hat shit, but
I got some tinfoil hat shit for you. This is something that I've noticed, and I've seen a lot of YouTube videos coming out here within the last week. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. There's been a lot of talk that the Antifa movement is coming November 4th. They're coming, and they're coming hard, and they're going to try to take over the whole United States. Is it coincidence that all of our local big box stores have started getting 22 ammo back by the thousands? I'm seeing stockpiles of buckets of bullets, which I have not seen, 500 boxes, the 333 boxes. I mean, it's fucking just plastered at our local Walmart, and I see a bunch of videos where those are coming up across the nation. I mean, is that part of this, that this is all planned out for more big sales?
more big sales, or for the big Antifa wanting to?
It's just funny that all this shit is coming out now about November 4th, and then all of a sudden, here comes the ammo again.
It's been coming back for the. I've been seeing it more and more, but I just think less people. Trump's in now. People aren't hoarding it away as much, and the people that did hoard it away are like, "Fuck, I got so many rounds of ammo that I don't need anymore." So it's like they're moving on, letting other people buy it. Basically, I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it, because I've already seen it being coming back too. I think it's just everybody that was just buying everything they seen. They already got their floors about to cave in. They got 100,000 22s. It's, you know,
Yeah.
they can't resell it for $50 a box anymore. So the resellers aren't buying it. You know, so it's finally they're just catching up. I think that's all it is. They're catching up. I mean, because up until the scares happened, there wasn't not one time I couldn't walk into a Walmart and buy a brick of 22. It was on the shelf. The same boxes was probably on the shelf for a month. You know, and then all of a sudden they didn't sit there for an hour. And I think they're just catching up. I think that's all it is.
Yeah, the ammo mafia is all stocked up now. That's why you're starting to see that shit back.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
No, I know. Talking to Bad Billy 429, he's got plenty of ammo.
Yeah, I think that's just coincidence. But the November 4th thing, it is real. I know many of you have probably, if you're sub to the right people, you've probably seen the videos I've seen where the radio host, they're almost comedians, but they're radio hosts, and they was able to get some people to infiltrate the Antifa, and they got all these like little button cam videos and stuff. And anyway, I mean, they were flat out plotting. They were talking about buying K-bars. They got AKs. They're going to do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is what we're going to do. And that wasn't even all the video they had. That was just a 10-minute video or something like that. And to the point to where they took their film to the police and the media. The media didn't want to have nothing to do with it. The police actually made arrest from the video that they had.
Good.
And because they were plotting and conspiring to commit crimes. And anyway,
well, if you're not, I don't know. I can see them trying to do something. I think it's going to be a couple of isolated areas. I don't think they have the balls or the guts or the manpower to try to pull something off worthy of anything much. Besides, people might get injured and hurt and killed. But I mean on a mass scale, because you're going to see every American Tom, Dick, and Harry grabbing their shit and fucking fixing the problem. I mean.
Well, see, what I'm afraid of, I don't want anybody to show up into a city or a college where they're protesting. I don't want anybody, and I sure as hell ain't going to do it. I don't want anybody to actually go try to counter them. For one, that's what they kind of want. Two, is not going to be a good outcome for anybody that does. You show up armed, even if they shoot first and you shoot back, you probably going to go to fucking jail. We don't need that. You know, if there's 1,000 people, they got knives and guns and they're protesting and there's nobody to protest against, let that shit fizzle out. You know what I think? I think every governor of every big city ought to call in their National Guard and have them police the damn thing. It's like, okay, y'all have done an outright call for war, for revolution. This is a direct threat to our state and our nation. So we're going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the National Guard needs to mow them down. I'm just saying quell that shit before it gets out of hand. If it spills over into my yard, though, them motherfuckers are going to eat lead.
Exactly right.
Because if we show up, it's just going to be ammo for politicians to pass more laws, more restrictive laws, some kind of gun laws. You name it, this is going to be. They probably already got a list and a book that big for laws waiting. Just come on, let it happen. Let it happen. So we can pass these laws just like it did the damn Patriot Act.
Yeah.
That Patriot Act was written way before 9/11 happened.
You can't go
way
there
before
hoping that
9/11.
something happens. That's for damn sure. And you can't even go there knowing something might happen, because at the end of the day, the only way it'll work is if these guys are running around the streets and they just start shooting people. Then, you know, I mean, just normal Joe Schmoes, someone that's not carrying any weapons, just walking down the street going grocery shopping, you know. Then
yeah, but I think it's a bad idea to try to counter protest them.
No.
Even now, what they're doing, if they want to spill off, if they're there protesting and there's nobody that they can attack, nobody that they can go after, nobody that they can yell at, and nothing, it's a non-event. You got a bunch of people just jumping around in circles yelling. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. Jump around in a circle and yell. And the media will lose interest because if there's no violence, if there's no confrontation, there's no story.
Yeah, but if you show up in a group all masked up and you got weapons of whatever, what do they call it? A AK-74, whatever the fuck that last video was. And you have weapons and knives and shit, they should be able to arrest them right on the spot.
Well, depending on the state, depending on the rules, it depends on where they're at. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're breaking the law. I can arrest them.
I've got a question for Blue. Okay, I'm out in town, and all of a sudden, here's these masked guys with boots on and kicking some guy in the chest and the head, and I think they're going to kill him. I pull out my gun, and I start shooting all these guys that are hurting him. Now, everybody that is with that group, are they going to be charged with assault, attempted murder? And if one of those people die that I shot, are they going to be charged with murder because they were there participating where there was a crime?
Well, here's the deal. As long as you were a true shot, there's not going to be any defendant for that. If you're protecting somebody, that is state by state. I know in our state, and I think you're Ohio, you have the right to protect others. I really believe that. If you jump out and you point your gun at somebody and you say, back off, you're going to kill this guy, whatever. And if they continue and you shoot one and he drops and they continue, you shoot two.
Somebody else.
I don't know the right word.
I think we all locked up for a few seconds there.
Ah, damn it. Where were we at?
I just shot the second guy.
The second guy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you shoot the second guy, they're still putting boots to him, and you shoot the third guy, and they finally disperse. You're definitely going to be – you're on the hook for 3 murders. No doubt about it. You just fucking killed 3 people. As long as
3 homicides.
Yeah, three homicides. You're going to have to be able to defend what your actions were, what you perceived the threat to be, which boots on somebody on the ground that's unconscious, by all means, I'd do the same thing rolling up on a scene, back off. I mean, first words, back off, get back, and if they don't do it, you clear leather, and actually you're probably clearing as you're saying that shit. And if they continue to make that action on that person who's now defenseless, I think you're good. I mean,
because I've seen so many videos of them where they've got somebody on the ground kicking him in the head, and it's not just one, but it's like 3 and 4, and then you got all their little buddies cheering them on behind them. But those people, I mean, if you're involved in the commission of a crime, if somebody is killed in the crime, everybody that was there and participated should be up on those charges.
Oh, they should be, but they wouldn't. It's going to be the ones that you took down, plus maybe the one or two that actually backed off. That's all they're going to go after. You know, the other ones at most, you know, insinuate or inciting a riot, you know, something like that. But that's one of those things that which I know that TR and I have covered this many, many times. I don't care if you're out in public or if you're in your own home and somebody attacks, you're gonna end up getting screwed. I mean, it's, you know, you're not, I don't want to say screwed. You, regardless if it's justified, you are now a suspect in a homicide.
Right.
You have to work back basically to say that it's justified. And that's the same thing with police officers. I mean, that's, you know, if I shoot somebody tomorrow, thank God, I hope I don't have to, but you know, that's right there. I killed somebody. I mean, I shot somebody and killed them. I just committed a homicide, and then I have to hope that what I did was legal and justified to make it a, you know, a legal homicide. I mean, that's just,
Yeah, because every week I read about, you know, where there's a home invasion and the person the people that break into the home get shot. But then it goes all to trial, and then they're also charging the getaway driver who never came in the home with murder because one of his buddies or two of his buddies got shot. So why wouldn't that law also apply to, you know, these Antifa people if something like that happened, where you just take the whole bus of them and take them straight to jail?
right. And that's what should happen. Absolutely. That should happen. But if you look at the number of protesters versus the number of police that are usually on scene, it can't happen. You know, they get the ones that are mouthing off up front, but they don't get the ones that are throwing the rocks in the back. They don't get the ones that are throwing the Molotov cocktails. You know, that's, I don't know. I would like to fill our prisons with these people. Let the potheads out. Fill up the prisons with these idiots that are actually causing mayhem.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as what you can do, you have to check with your state because it varies from state to state. In my state, I can defend anybody's life with deadly force if necessary, but that's not true in every state. So I can't speak for other states. South Carolina, you can. And I have no duty to retreat. If I happen to be in downtown Greenville, and it won't be November 4th, I can tell you that. But if some dickheads come after me and yelling, and if I feel my life's in threat, I'll drop them like a rock.
Yeah, see, I carry, and I've been in 3 situations where I could have actually legally shot somebody, but it was my life that was in danger. So I was able to basically de-escalate it. But now, if, you know, because with my beliefs, if they're threatening my wife, my kid, or somebody that I'm like chaperoning, I'm sorry, but it's going to be automatic. I'm not going to risk somebody else's life.
So then that's a hard call too, because if you felt your life was threatened to the point of needing to draw your weapon, you had option 1 is draw your weapon, right? And in verbal judo, I don't know what you did, you know, to change the situation, but that's the hard part is if you get the wrong court, you know, and luckily a lot of us here, especially live in a state that is gun friendly, but the reasons why you didn't pull the trigger on the last one, if I could just kind of play devil's advocate, I don't know anything about the story, but if you did say you pulled that weapon and you shot and killed I don't know who it was or how many it was, but whatever fixed that problem without shooting the thing, that would be what they could try to use as, did you use verbal judo? Did you know what I mean? Non-lethal weapon. Did, you know, and I don't agree with any of that shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely, you guys know, shoot him in the face, basically, is my motto. But that's the hard part is you felt comfortable enough to, whatever you did, Daniel, verbal judo, you know, run, hide, cover, whatever the hell it was that saved you from having to draw the weapon. But that's the hard part.
No, it was the same night that one guy got killed in Florida that started all that riots. But this was in Philadelphia with 5 Crips.
5, huh?
Yeah, they were dealing drugs. I accidentally kicked their for the store's open sign because I was heading down the aisle out, the dark alley to go have a cigarette. And I kicked their sign over, and they blocked me off on one with the car, and 2 more came up behind me, and it's always the guy you don't see that's the one that's actually going to pop you. And I'm smart enough to know it. It's like, hey, I could start popping these guys off, but it's the guy that I don't see. So I just talk to them as men. And it's like I said, hey, man, I'm sorry for the disrespect, but I'm not from around here. And as soon as I heard that thing fall over, I knew I was screwed. So and it's like, hey, I'm just a guy from Ohio. And I started showing, we just started talking then. We ended up smoking cigarettes, and they were smoking joints in the back alley for about 40 minutes.
Look at that. You went killing people to having buddies.
Yeah, well, you know what? I showed them pictures of deer and talk about kids fighting in the creeks instead of shooting each other, and how they just needed to get out of this hellhole.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have a lot of history with being able to do that anyways.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you do, so.
Well, it all started out when my roommate was going to blow his fiance's head off because she got an abortion and he was on crack. Oh, my goodness. And that was just, thank goodness she didn't show up, because I knew I'd have to shoot him.
Yeah.
Because he was going to kill her. I would have been screwed because that was in San Diego.
Yeah, in San Diego, that would have been tough.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's the thing we learn as concealed carriers is, I think I'm going to have a cigarette in a very bright area, Daniel. I'm not going to go down that fucking back black alley that probably has some bad news in there,
Oh, this is old guy's house. It was down there, and he's always sitting on the porch, and I'd always go back, and he and I would talk. So I've been there before.
Yeah, I hear you.
At that time, I just happened to walk on the wrong side of the street that night.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not used to that. Like when you don't know when you cross the wrong track or make the left when you should have made a right.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And these teenagers, these kids in this gang, I mean, they were the same age as the teenagers that I had down there. And I just looked at it, it's like, man, I can break these kids in half. It's like, I did not want to hurt them. That's what it came down to.
Well, you're always going to try to talk the situation down. You never want to escalate it. I mean, every situation is going to be different for sure. I mean, just because I carry a gun don't mean I have a license to kill, or any of us do. But yeah, you start with talking or whatever. I mean, it just depends on the situation. If there's a guy, when I was talking about Antifa or whatever, if they're rushing me with clubs, or if I see a knife,
I
know everybody knows a stat, and somebody with a knife can cover 20 feet in 1 second and stab you before you get your gun out and shoot them, or unless you're really good at it. I think that's the correlation. They already got the knife out charging you. You got a second.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're initiating or escalating the problem, then you don't really have the right to say you are protecting yourself or your life.
I was just using that example. If I'm downtown or at a restaurant, and all of a sudden this little gang or a whole group of people that I didn't even know were there come rushing me and think they're going to beat me with bats.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's awesome. The first thing is, all right, you guys ready? Bring your bats.
Yeah. See, I have more respect for someone that's in a gang than I do these Antifa spoiled brats. I mean, they're just being misled by their teachers. As you look at the ringleaders, they're faculty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, in your situation, I would have done the same thing, Daniel. But sorry guys, man, I didn't know you was back here or whatever. You start with a verbal, but if they just start attacking, well, then you got to do what you got to do. But if
Yeah.
you can stop it verbally, yeah, you always do that. And even if somebody was running at me as I was pulling my gun, I'd be yelling, "Stop! Stop!"
Yeah, because I looked at it. My point of view is like it's like crap. I'm in their house. You know, just like if I was in my house here and they came busting down the door or started peeing on my front door or something like that, I won't be ticked off. And that's what I told them. I said, I'm in your house. I apologize for that. I'm just coming back here to have a cigarette. But, you know, they talked a little bit and they told me how the world was and how it went on. And I told them about my world. Now, these Antifa people, they don't believe, they're not taking care of their house. They're coming to our house and pissing on our doors. So, I mean, that's the difference.
Pissing on our monuments and tearing them down and trying to get rid of them and all the stuff that America was founded on, whether right or wrong. And they're just fucking retarded. For some reason, the basement doors all got unlocked and they were all let go.
Yeah. Blue is deep in thought.
And I didn't mean to say the R word. My wife always smacks the shit out of me when I say that.
I'm not deep in thought. It's just that everybody has to look out for their own and make sure that their actions are justified. That's all it comes down to. If you go to a fight looking for a fight, you're going to get screwed 100% of the time. If you are a victim of circumstance, let's say, you just happen to be there, a completely different story. I mean, that's
why I was saying don't go out on November 4th looking to counter protest these Antifa little snowflake idiots. Because it's just going to end bad for you. Just like Blue said, if you go looking for a fight, you're going to find a fight. I don't care I don't care what day it is, where you go. If you go somewhere, if I go to a grocery store looking for a fight, I could find one.
Oh, easy.
So don't do that. That's not good for us. That's not good for the movement. If you know it's going to be a peaceful protest about something and you just want to counter it, okay, that's fine. But if you anything to do with Antifa, they're looking for a fight. So don't show up thinking, well, I'm just going to be here in support of Antifa. These guys are looking for a fight. You might be the one they find.
Yeah, because when you try to say, I was just driving down the road and then they look in the back of your car and it's got like 300 extra mags and 12 extra rifles and shotguns in there. Like that's not gonna fly in the jury's mind.
So I was heading to the shooting range.
Okay, you're like, you passed 6 of them on the way here.
But I've got my favorite. What the whole thing is, I think if you know these people are coming to your town or area, the first thing everyone needs to do is call City Hall and encourage them to enforce the laws. Just make it clear that all the people in the population, get as many people as you can to call in to say, if you don't enforce the laws, you're going to be gone.
If we were smart, we would round them all up and turn them into a, what was that called? A sweatshop, and reload ammo for us. And then at least they'd understand how to make some ammo, and we'd get a bunch of ammo out of the deal.
I'm not going to shoot squibs. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't think the November 4th thing is going to be that big. I think it's going to be a big deal in a few cities, like I say, maybe a few colleges. I got a feeling they're not going to – it's going to be the same shit we've been seeing. People getting beat up. But like I said, why are you showing up to counter them? And some of them, the ones that the Antifa attacked, they're the ones that held the event to start with, a National Peace Day or National Prayer Day or a protest for prayer, protest for peace. And then Antifa comes in there and commits violence. And somehow the ones that wanted peace are the bad guys. You know, so this is their thing. Of course, they're not going to apply for permits or nothing like that. This is their thing. So don't show up trying to counter them. Leave them alone. They're going to fizzle out. They're a bunch of fucking stupid morons, okay? I don't know why they're fighting, what they're fighting for. They think they do, but they don't. Their whole organization, anti-fascism, and they're fucking fascist. That right there tells you all you need to know about it. They're fascist, wanting communism, but they're anti-fascist. How does that work? That tells you they're fucking stupid. Okay, so just let them fizzle out. Quit giving them media attention. Quit giving them targets to beat up. Then, you know, hey, let's just say there's an event and 1,000 people were there. I mean, I've seen some really bad ones. Don't get me wrong. You know, whatever. Let's just say, okay, we'll make it smaller. 500 Antifa show up. There's, we'll just say 500 anti-fascist, Antifa, whatever. Hell, I can't even say it now. I'm starting whatever.
You just call them Americans.
They beat up 2 people. It'll look like on Facebook and on the news like 200 people got beat the shit out of because it just keeps getting regurgitated over and over and over and over and over. It is 1 or 2 people got beat up, and it'll look like it was mayhem, like riots in the street, but it may not have actually been that way. So just don't show up to try to counter them. Let them fizzle out. Don't give them fuel. Don't quit feeding the fire. And if they really act up and go batshit crazy, the police should beat them down and take care of it. If there's nobody there to fight, they'll start burning buildings and knocking windows out and destroying property, committing crimes. And I mean, I hate to throw you to the wolves, Blue, but you know,
and anybody
am I
that's
wrong?
anti anything, if you're anti, that shit don't fly.
All right. God damn it.
I know, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm not coming, I hope I'm not coming across wrong here, whatever. But like I said, if you got a mob of people destroying property, burning buildings, whatever else, and they're the only ones there, there's nobody to fight them back, and they're just out there creating mayhem on the streets by themselves, I'm pretty sure police have a pretty good right to and duty to start busting heads and handcuff and tie strapping their ass down and take care of it.
It's not any different than the riots that have been going on.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that actually gets a little bit of a happy feeling when you see these videos of these like groups of the Antifa showing up to block a road, and all of a sudden they're surrounded by, 60 cops, and they all end up on the ground in cuffs and taken away quickly? I think that shit needs to happen all over.
I've never seen that happen. I haven't seen it on the news.
Portland,
It just happened. Hell, within this last week, didn't it, Blue?
What state was it in?
I think it was California. I think.
What?
They had, each one had a big sign that said something about it starts November 4th. And they blocked off like 4 or 6 lanes. And this was one way. It was a big highway. They was just on the one side. And it was 4 or 6 lanes. I seen the video, and the girl that was taking the video, or at least the version I seen, she was like, yeah, it's coming. I mean, she was like all for it. And there were some cars, a few of them were darting around them, getting around them. But they blocked. It was like 6 or 8 lanes one way. Just like a 16-lane freaking highway. That's why I said it's probably California. Might have been New York. I don't know. And, I know it wasn't Greenville, okay? Because they don't exist here.
It could have been the 85.
Anyway, but at the end of it, all these cops show up and arrested every damn one of them, which they should. They stopped traffic. They impeded the flow of traffic. That's illegal. I'm pretty sure almost every state.
Yeah. Well, that's like North Carolina now. You can, they're in your way and they're doing bullshit like that. Gas pedal's okay.
Ain't nothing but a speed bump.
That's right. Red streaks matter.
I have to. If you don't do that, I'll have to see if I can get in touch with Matt. We'll have to come up with a shirt for that. Red streaks matter.
I can make one.
Show like a 2 or 3 little stick men holding hands, and then like car tracks just going through the middle.
Well, you can have a couple stick men on one side, a couple stick men on the other, and then like nothing in the middle, and then like red marks going down the shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly real simple. Red streaks matter.
Red streaks matter.
No, the one in the middle, have it bouncing up over the car, upside down, like
Like this fucking.
with his little stick and sign.
Well, in order to make the streaks though along the ground, you gotta. I guess there could have been 3 guys.
Cut them in 2.
Wow, we're getting all crazy now. I like it. Speed bumps matter.
I would buy some of those, Rick.
Hey, Lord Dragon Balls is here.
Oh boy.
Man, we didn't got damn anti-fall in here now.
Yeah. The anti-fall.
Comrade Dragon Balls, what are you doing? You need to be out there.
What was he playing? Twinkle
Resist.
Twinkle Little Star or some shit while that was going on? That's fucking hilarious. Great video, Rich. I gotta admit, half the time I don't know why you don't get more people wondering, trying to like really like Antifa people like sending you texts and emails and shit trying to get on your Lord Dragon Lord team.
I've read some of the comments on those videos he does. There's some people that thinks he's serious.
I've been wanting to do a VR to Rich on that, except it would be Comrade Dragon Breath. I'm calling Comrade Dragon Balls, come in.
That's right. That's
Dragon Fart or something like that.
Dragon Breath, Dragon Fart, I don't know. It all smells the same.
in a K bar. What do you call this K bar?
K-bar.
K bar.
K-bar.
Yeah, that's good shit. I tell you what, you guys watching that video, I was cracking up. Good stuff. At least we're not talking about football anymore. Man, that was pissing me off. Not that we were talking about it, but what happened?
I was going to tell you, don't hold back here, Rich. Tell us how you really feel.
See, you called me Rich again.
I said Rick.
No.
Rich just put, hey, Viborg. I'm talking to him. I thought he came into the chat.
You try pulling that shit off all the time. Come on, Fred. Damn it. Fire breathing spinta.
So, hey, how's your VRs going with the camo stuff? Any updates?
Shitty. I got. I'm gonna give that shit away. Time to just give it away, and hopefully, you win or someone I like wins.
I was going to say, support your local police department to send it to Blue, and he'll shoot holes in it because it's going to expire by the time he gets it.
I don't drink.
It won't expire. I'm buying the iced tea by the gallons. Yeah, these are half gallons, I think.
I almost actually today, Rick. I almost thought to do a goddamn video along the road. I was on my way to a get together, and there was pure leaf iced tea. There was a jug sitting along the road. It was halfway full. I was gonna do a video for you, but it was a little bit too busy of a roadway, and I was like, God damn it!
He's Rick's around. I'm on his trail. I'm on his trail.
You should have put a ring of police tape around it. The lights going.
That would be awesome.
Get some shoe, throw it there. We're trying to find Rick. We know there's been an accident because he'd never leave a T behind.
Leave no T behind. There's another shirt. That's the fun part about doing those shirts, man. You can make just about anything. It's funny. Especially when you get a good buddy like WTF SoCal and his computer magic.
He made you a penis, didn't he?
Actually, yeah, he tried to he took my logo and put a big dick head on the end of it. It's quite funny.
So much I could say, and it's all wrong.
Yeah, he designed the shoot him in the face sticker and the shoot cancer in the face one as well. I don't have any stickers for that one, though. I wish I did. Man, there's all sorts of people getting deleted messages around here. It's like that.
Yeah, getting this troll night, I guess. I've had worse. This is like child's play compared to some of the nights I've had.
One person can do this, so we got a lot of wrenches too. I mean, we can take on you Antifa fucks right now if you. I mean, that's what we're doing. Basically.
There's another one out there. I just responded to him because he didn't cuss or just called me an idiot. I can handle that. If you think that's gonna hurt my feelings, you're the wrong.
If that offends you for being you got to have some pretty thick skin in the old world of YouTube. Ass hats are deep tonight.
Oh, gun check. You do? I don't know. Is this the wrong night?
Oh.
I got a bunch in the bag next to me.
But
I'm too lazy. I don't want to get one.
Since you brought up Antifa and all.
Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. And if those don't get it, I'll bring out the hog leg.
No, it's right here. I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to show off.
If you got to take it out of a bag or a box, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You're fired.
I mean.
Here you go, Rick. I got my custom CZ together. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yeah, it looks good. I like those grips.
It didn't turn out perfect. I think I know what the problem was with the finish now. I bead blasted it, and I don't think I got enough to, I think a little, even though I'll wipe it down with the alcohol and all that, I think there's a little bit of the dust still may have been there because of, like right there, you can see there's spots that the finish just like flaked off. But I'm like, it's the damn shooter. I'm tired of messing with the damn thing. Just put it together and be done with it.
I shot my son's VP9 when we went to the range the other day. This thing shoots great, man. Good gun.
I think Goldilocks has been in my house because my little sister pointed out to me the other day, I got a scratch right here. And I haven't been underneath my car or truck working on it with my gun on. I have no idea how that got there. Goldilocks.
When your wife does her chats at night while you're sleeping?
Oh, she thinks I'm nuts for doing these chats. No, she's got hers. I got mine. This thing Goldilocks has been messing around.
I like your color better, though. Great shooting gun. The CZ. I need to get a front sight for this thing, though, because these sights suck.
Oh, yeah. Mine came with the tritium.
Well, these are those night sights, but the problem is when you shoot this at a target at 25 yards, it covers the whole thing up.
My problem is I shoot my bow better than my pistol. I mean, 50 yards. I can put them all of my arrows into a Coke can with a broadhead. But I try to do that with a pistol, and it's like, no, ain't happening.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense actually, because your arrow is your sight picture. The length of that arrow is your sight picture. It's no different than shooting a rifle. When you shoot a pistol, your sight picture, your line in your rear with your front is this long. With an arrow, it's this long or however long. It's like the difference between shooting a rifle and pistol. So that makes sense.
I think it's hysterical whenever we have shoots and stuff like that. And, the father-son shoots and stuff, and you got about 30, 40 people there, and they're all shooting at a bowling pin at 50 yards. And then they start getting their rifles and miss it, and they're still missing it. And I just pull up with the bow with a judo point and knock that sucker down. Yeah, you can see Christians cussing that. Calling me all kinds of names.
He makes me. I think it's fucking with me. Anyway.
The Humble Marksman did a video on what's the smaller one of these, the more compact one? Eno or UV, something like that.
What is that? A Glock 5?
Yeah, this is a Gen 6. It's not even out yet. I'm such a big fan that they sent it to me first over anybody.
Okay. I couldn't tell it.
The first hammer fired Glock. See that? It's got a decocker on both sides. Ambidextrous. A street lightning.
Yeah, this is a lot easier to troll you guys just on live chats instead of typing.
Good point. Hey, change the subject. We'll get serious for a minute.
That's not going to go well.
Just real quick, have y'all been keeping up with the Puerto Rico crisis BS shit that's going on with the mayor and what have you? Am I hitting anybody's radar?
Update me. We got some guys still there.
She did a speech saying that we're dying, we need help. We're in a warehouse slammed full of water and food. Literally behind her, there's pallets of fucking water and food. She's doing this speech, this or radio, whatever you call it. I don't know, video. It's not the right word, but the media's there, media thing. We're dying. People are dying. We need help. Send help. Blah, blah, blah. Wearing a shirt that says we are dying or save us, we are dying or something like that. It's like, when did you have time to have these T-shirts printed up? I mean, seriously. Really. Yep. A warehouse slam full of shit. You see different camera angles of it. I've been seeing it on Facebook. And it turns out she is pro-communist. She's been pushing a communist state in Puerto Rico. Do you see what's going on here? It's like, blaming the United States. She wants a communist state. You're supposed to take care of us. They want to be part of the United States, but they want to be communist. I mean, it goes full circle back to that, And she was like a get this Carlos, some guy that committed 100 acts of terrorism in America, was arrested in 1981. Obama pardoned him, and she was pushing for that when that happened. She's fuck communist, and then she's trying to down Trump and down America, and I don't know. I thought that story. I don't know. I worked this weekend. I've been working the last 3 days. I work 12-hour shifts. I don't have time to do research. So I just caught what I could. But it's like, but literally, she's standing in the media yesterday. I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday. Giving this media thingamajig, talking about we're dying. But she's got a shirt on saying we're dying. I mean, it wasn't fucking magic marker. No, this thing was printed out, you know. It's like, okay, would you do this a week before the hurricane because you had this planned out? What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
There's no power in Puerto Rico.
No, it's all generators and fuel right now.
Seeing the exact same thing. They're talking about, you know, they have no supplies, they have no this, they have no that, but yet there are, you know, quote unquote, there again, it's on the internet. Is it true? They've got container like from the like the big cargo ships that they use the cranes, like their truck trailers. There's thousands of them lined up, but yet they have no way to get them to their people. I mean, it's
well, and there's also a truckers union on strike right now. Only 20% of the truck drivers showed up because I forget what their cause was. Is like, we're not making enough money, so we're not going to distribute this. So it's a big bottleneck. There's only 20% of the drivers there. Ain't got a damn thing to do with Americans. These are Puerto Rican truck drivers. They're the ones not delivering the shit. They do have problems with their port. The ships can't get into port. But there's still stuff there. There's still Navy ships there. There's like I seen one I can't back up because it was like a tweet or something like that. But supposedly there's 3 Navy CB battalions there. There's 2 Army Engineer battalions there. There's 2 subs there that they could use for power because they make 2.8 gigawatts of damn power just sitting in port. They can fire the damn the reactors up and run jumper cables to it, I guess.
You've been watching fucking what's that show?
No,
back in what the hell is that?
You're close there, Rick.
I know shit. Time
it's 1.21 gigawatts, not gigawatts.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, what the hell is the name of that damn movie?
Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. Well, I can tell you this much. In Katrina, everybody's bitching and complaining that the FEMA resources and that kind of stuff took forever to get there. Well, with Puerto Rico and Texas, there was teams staged all over the place. I mean, just Puerto Rico alone, 3 teams from California went. Some of them were small modules, but 3 teams from California. So everything in between there, all the way to California, was sent. So there was plenty of. I mean, I have 2 guys there right now, so it's like that's the one thing they can't complain about is Trump didn't send enough for crap, because I'm sure someone's gonna bitch and complain.
I got a question for you all because I've been to Puerto Rico before, and this is what I was told. So correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I was told. Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. They have the opportunity to become the 51st state, but they choose not to because if they did become a state, they'd have to pay federal taxes. Right now, they get all the federal benefits, Social Security and everything like that, without having. I don't know if they pay into Social Security or not, but I was led under the impression that they do not pay any federal taxes, just whatever local that they have there, as long as they remain a territory. So I'm thinking, do they have an entitlist attitude? Is it a territory full of liberals?
Absolutely.
Shit, if I didn't have to pay federal tax, that'd be awesome.
I doubt they get Social Security if they don't pay into it. That's just a guess. From what I gather, even Social Security, because it goes by the last 5 years you pay in. So you can work all your life, kind of like retire at say 60, and then at 67 apply for Social Security benefits. You ain't gonna get shit. They go by your last 5 years. From what I gathered, I could be wrong on that.
The side chat's saying that they do pay Social Security at their job, but they completely get out of the federal.
Yeah. They are just a territory. They do receive federal benefits. And me and a guy was talking about it at work. Because it's like they're already like 75 or 85 billion dollars in debt. They're about on the verge of bankruptcy. And Trump mentioned, well, we got to figure out who's going to pay for this. There's one thing to a point, that you're doing aid for a charitable aid, but like if you want us to rebuild your whole freaking island, you can't even pay the $85 billion you was in debt before the hurricane. There's a problem here. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think they should be the 51st state. The only reason they're a territory, and think about this. This is what me and my buddy was talking about. The only reason they're a territory is because if we don't claim it as a territory, some other country could come in there and claim it and put a base on it. That's it. That's the only reason they're a territory. If you really think about it and ponder on it a minute, that's the only reason we claimed it. That's the only reason England claimed so many territories, just so some other country can't claim it as a territory and put their base on it. That's bottom line.
Mm-hmm. It makes good sense.
Because what are we getting out of Puerto Rico other than debt?
The parking lot.
A parking lot for our ships. There's a damn Navy base on Puerto Rico.
That's some expensive parking. That's almost like long-term at San Diego Airport.
Yeah. My brother-in-law, back when I was married, he was stationed in Puerto Rico. There's a Navy base in Puerto Rico. Hell, it might be Army and Marine bases too. I don't know, but I know there's a Navy base there. Why else would they be a territory? What are we getting out of it? How many people do you know go to vacation in Puerto Rico, or we get good? What goods are we getting from Puerto Rico?
A lot of pharmaceutical companies moved there. That way they had better tax breaks. But that was back in the late 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
go. Big Pharma showing their face yet again. We get a tax break. Let's move it.
That's right.
Yeah, see, old Keith, he was there at Roosevelt Roads too. I came this close to getting thrown in jail there, in the Navy jail.
Puerto Rico?
Yep. Some guys were harassing some young guys. So I said, hey, let's get them back. So we took all their furniture and put it on the roof of the barracks. So they came back on the last night from drinking into an empty room.
Where's my bed? Where's
exactly. With a whole lot of cussing. And you know whose door they came pounding on first? This guy's.
You go, just take a nap on the roof and shut up.
Yep. Oh, but you can buy a huge bottle of Bacardi for like $2. The good stuff. I felt bad for my mom. All the pictures I sent home was a cigarette in the mouth, and beer in one hand, and a bottle of liquor in the other. Name it. It was in the one hand.
That's why we get older and smarter.
Yeah.
Well, we try anyways.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Nope.
With all of the lawsuits that have been filed against Trump since he's president, that's costing the American taxpayer, correct? It's got to be. It's not like Trump has to pay for his own lawyers or whatever for all the executive orders. What's the sense in all this shit? We're suing Trump because of this. We're suing Trump because of his immigration law. We're suing Trump because of whatever. That all comes back on the American taxpayer, correct?
Correct.
Why the fuck? I mean, I don't understand.
It's all divide and conquer. Keep the shit stirred up. Nothing can get done. Gives them more excuses to blame Trump. Just like they're saying, well, see, he can't work. He can't. He's causing turmoil with the Republicans. He can't unite them. But at the same time, the Republicans, it's their fault too. They keep shit stirred up. It's like one thing after, just like the whole Russia. Well, okay, we're just like that. They quit talking about Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's sticking. They just keep throwing stuff at the wall. Something's going to stick. Because I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm not saying he's going to be the best president we ever had. I'm not saying he's great, period. But I like him, and he's trying. He's just not part of the establishment.
Right.
He's not a lifelong politician. He's not. He's a billionaire. He don't have to take bribes. Some businessman can come in there. He's like, well, I'll do this for you, and you know, I can get your son a job over here. He's like, well, fuck that. They're good. I don't need your damn money. That's the bottom line. He don't need their money,
Right.
so he can't be bribed.
Anyone want to take this bet?
Spend in his lifetime.
I want to ask you guys something. I'll put up $100 if someone, I mean, on this bet. I think Trump is going to be probably the first president. He can throw some congressmen in there. It's going to leave poorer than he was when he took office. All the rest of them have left rich.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute.
I think there's only 3 presidents that ever basically did not take the annual, you know, sum for doing the job. I think there's only 2 or 3 other ones. But yeah, he's definitely losing more than that.
He pays more in taxes than he would receive in income already.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can't be bribed.
That's a good problem to have, right, TR?
Yeah, he can't be bribed, and so he's not part of the system. And he may give in here and there, but at the bottom line is he wants this done. He may not get it done, but he's not going to falter and say, well, all right, well, if you'll do this for me, I'll do that for you. I mean, I know that's going to go on. I guess I shouldn't say that, but he has bold plans to do things, and he don't have to give in and succumb to anybody. He's like, what he should do is what he's kind of doing anyway. Is this every time? Hey, I want this done. This needs to happen. What can we do to make this happen? And he's kind of doing it. And when they don't do it, just like he's doing, call them out. I think he should start doing his tweets and start naming everybody that don't follow along with the plan. Period. Just call them out. Name names. Well, I tried to do this, but McCain done that. Call them out.
Yeah, I think he needs to have I like how he has the ability to talk to the American people with Twitter. But with that, what the fuck was that? But with that, he almost needs like a filter or someone to have administrative rights on some of the shit he says, because he does a good job, and he you know the old saying like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back kind of deal. I mean, there's a lot of people that if he didn't do some of those tweets, and some of the tweets are good and well worth it, you know, but some of them he needs to just kind of not do.
Well, you know, and I talked with some guys at work about that yesterday, I think. I was like, yeah, I see where you point. I see where you're coming from. But what makes it worse is the liberal media and Facebook shit and stuff like that, where people turn it around and try to, you know, make it bad, whatever like that. Every other president, Obama could fart and the media would praise him, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And now Trump could say, oh, look at these young children. They did such a great job on this project for a science fair. And they'll turn around like it's some racist shit or something. Well, you know, that's what they're doing. So when he does get kind of tough and real, anyway,
no,
I guess my point is the pussification of America has gotten to the point. I want a John Wayne up there to call, hey, you son of a bitches, you're fired.
No,
if I was the head coach, I would fire every damn one of you. That's what we need.
I know, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is like the one, if he even did it, the one where he sent the thing with the golf ball that hits Hillary, you know, like just don't do that shit, you know. And what's cool about Trump is like, well, the perfect thing about the son of a bitch is kneeling, right? That, you know, as many liberals or, you know, people that needed to go to their safe spaces after they heard that, But that rallied up the Americans to say, you know what? Yeah, he's right. Like, fuck the NFL and screw them, and they shouldn't be doing that. So he knows how to play within the boundaries, like, to get the true Americans like riled up on shit, and they fall for it every time. Like, if the left would not fall for the trick every time, it would be an easy fix. Like, but they instantly got to do it, and then they're like, okay, well, if one's good, if we get 100 NFL players to kneel, that's even better. You know what I mean? So it's like, you guys fall for that shit all the time. You're fucking retarded.
Yeah, the whole
there you go with the R word again.
And see, the thing about it is, with the whole football thing, I've heard today, oh, we're going to do this for 4 weeks, then we're going to stop. And there's going to be fans that's like, okay, I can watch it again. You know what? You're a weak son of a bitch. Exactly. They do it one time was too many. And some of them were doing it because they thought it was a just cause. Okay, let me play devil's advocate just for a minute, maybe. I don't agree with it. Don't get me wrong. Kaepernick did it. A few others did it. Then a few others did it. And they were doing it because they believed in it. Then Trump made that statement. Whole team's done it. So what does that tell you? These entire teams, coaches, owners, all of them are saying, fuck Trump. We don't want Trump. We don't want, freedom in America. We wanted Hillary. We wanted a fucking socialist. Trump's a bad guy. The whole NFL said, fuck Trump. So if you did boycott them for a few weeks and then you start watching it again when they quit kneeling, you are a fucking two-faced son of a bitch.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You should not watch football, period. Well, college or professional.
College is doing it too now.
Are they doing it too? See, after I've been shutting everything down.
Now, I didn't see it myself, but in the comments earlier, 2 college teams did it this weekend.
Well, I never used to watch college, so I figured I'd start watching college and screw the NFL. But if they're doing that, well, off to roller derby and the chick football league as far as I'm concerned.
Now, I quit watching TV a few months ago, and right now we're on day 5. The cable has been shut off. The regular phone's been shut off. All we have is our internet and Wi-Fi and our cell phones.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't have cable.
No, I don't either.
I got tired. I was watching the local news in the mornings. My little HD antenna is like an amplified one, and I guess it burned up. I can't even watch my local channels anymore. So I hadn't. If I turn my TV on, it's only to watch a movie, and I pop a DVD in. I have no TV whatsoever, and I hadn't had cable in over a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, we're on 2.5 years of no cable at all. TV.
Got internet. I'm not saying I don't watch entertainment. I'm just saying I don't watch TV.
The
only time I watch TV or like Fox News and shit like that is at work. It's in the break room.
Yeah. Yeah. Screw them. I can't wait to see every week the ratings just keep doing this, NFL. I can't wait. They already stepped on their dicks. They're going to have to pay the consequences, and they're going to be big. They're going to have to be giving out free tickets, and I hope everybody does it. I hope they don't, because there's tons of people that are like I got guys at the station. I mean, they wait all year for football, and they're fantasy football and all this bullshit. But I hope that they all those people out there just continue to not watch, don't buy anything, and where all the money comes from is all their stuff, basically.
Well, I wasn't a football fan already. I didn't hate the NFL. I didn't hate college football. I just didn't care for it. I hadn't watched a football game in over a decade. And even then, I didn't care for it. It's like maybe a few friends was over and we watched a football game, the Super Bowl, and, just because it was a Super Bowl. That was it.
Well, for all those guys.
Not one game the entire year, and I watched the Super Bowl just for the hell of it,
All those guys out there that are trying to figure out what they can do on their Sundays now that haven't figured it out, get your kids, take them outside shooting and blow something up.
That's right.
Yeah, and you just kind of touched on what I was going to say, Daniel. You know, it comes down to the parents. It comes down to everything. Regardless if you agree with it or not, turn the goddamn TV off. The other day, for the first time in months, I got my kids together. We played Yahtzee. We played Chutes and Ladders and all that other stuff. Not a care in the world. And that's what it's got to get back to. Turn the damn TV off. Turn the internet off, which we're saying that here on a live chat. But
we understand what you're saying.
Know what I mean, you have to find a happy median. Don't let it take over your life. I don't care if it's YouTube, Facebook, whatever. I don't know how many people, probably myself included, I get my news from YouTube, or not YouTube. I get my news from Facebook. It's like, damn, if I would just turn that off and not worry about it. But I'm so afraid I'm going to miss something. But yet I check it at the curb whenever it comes to the kids because, you know, turn the games off, turn the Xbox off, turn YouTube off. Let's get back to family, you know, play games with your kids. It's just, you got to do that. If you don't, we're all lost. I mean, it comes down to the family unit, not what Facebook, YouTube, Twitter tells us. I mean, that's.
And a good start, Blue, I love what you're saying, is actually eat together at the same dinner table at the same time.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of families that don't, you know, and at least on the weekends, I mean, I know every kid's got, I mean, I got 2 kids and they're in volleyball and soccer practice and soccer games and volleyball games, and trying to get the family all together to sit down is tough, but that's one of the things we want to do, and that's how we do it. We might not be at the house eating dinner, but we're all together eating dinner somewhere sometimes. So family first.
And a lot of people have lost that. I mean, that's all there is to it. There's a lot of lost. That's the only thing I can say. There's a lot of lost people out there that have no idea what being a family even is anymore. You know, it's God.
And I just want to add a little bit to that. And I don't have a family. I have no kids. I've never had a kid. I'm not married.
You can have mine.
But it's taking it a step further. I know. Anyway, yeah, I would make everybody come to the damn table, and you cannot bring your phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. That's just, you know.
No, that's the way it works at our house.
Yep.
Yep, unplug. And, you know, if you don't have kids, you can get involved with the kid group. Or like TR would do. TR, you could go work, do some volunteer work for the home for wayward teenage mothers or something.
He'd be trying to look up for a date, though.
Exactly.
There would be an alternate agenda there.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. So I ran out of ammo. And when I mean ammo, I mean projectiles. And I've been shooting lots of stuff like berries and extreme and some other ones. And so I ordered the blue bullets, the ones Rich 4150 was talking about. So this will be part of the question. And then I also ordered the Acme bullets. So I got like 5,000 rounds coming in, a 40 and 9. And have you guys used those? Yeah.
I cast my own.
Yeah.
Are those polymer coated? Is that what they are?
I think they're just powder coated. Honestly, I can't tell from the picture, but I've heard great things. I just
I've never heard anybody say anything bad about them. I know Pops has got some. I think Trees of Blowing uses them. The Acme, I think he uses one of them. And I think they're polymer coated or some kind of plastic coating or something, or Teflon. No, man, it ain't Teflon. I think it's polymer. I think
polymer coated.
I think so.
Yeah, because I want to do a comparison. So I basically ordered them at the exact same time last night at midnight. So I'm going to see who comes in first, gets here, and I'm going to do a bunch of comparisons with them. But I was kind of wondering how, if you guys had used those.
Yeah, and I say polymer because that's probably a one-step process. The powder coating is almost like a two-step process, and in mass quantities, it's probably easier and cheaper to do some kind of polymer type plastic coating.
WTF SoCal's never heard of berries. Shit, I use berries all the time.
Okay, First Fire says it's blue rubber coating. I don't know if he's being serious or not. Anyhow, I think it's something like that. I don't think they're powder coated, but I don't know. I had never bought any, so.
Oh, he's fucking. He's actually talking about berries, like strawberries and shit.
Yeah.
He's been on his R2D2 cigarette thing too long. He's been hitting the pipe.
Hey, I got one of those.
Are you smoking one of those now?
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to cut back.
I need to quit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
freaking. I know what the end of the story is on that because my mom passed away a few years, about 6 years ago now from doing the same shit. So I know what the end result's gonna be. So if you can quit, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna try to wean myself off of them. I don't really want to quit, but it's like, well, if I could reduce it, it's got to be better for me, you know. So it's kind of, I'm going into it. I'm not trying to quit, but I'm going to go through the steps. And if I wean myself off of it, good. If I don't, whatever.
You know what I heard, TR, the other day?
What's that?
There was a poll or whatever you want to call it, and for the best results, cold turkey was better than weaning yourself off.
Oh, I agree 100%. Well, I said I didn't want to quit. I just wanted to reduce how much I am smoking.
That's my problem is I'm not a quitter, so
yeah. I hadn't never said I wanted to quit smoking. I just know I smoke too much and I need to back off, you know. Like on the way home from work tonight, I puffed on that. And that saved me one cigarette. You know. So if I can cut a cigarette out here and there, you know, and just reduce it a little bit. If I wanted to quit, if I really wanted to quit, I would quit cold turkey. But I don't want to quit.
I enjoy them. Unfortunately, it's the shitty part.
I gotta go outside and smoke a cigarette.
Quit never win.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
I know it's not good for me, but
no.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck
it. All right. It's been 2 hours. Let's wrap this up. I actually started it pretty close to on time.
I didn't know the bell didn't go off.
So let's go ahead and keep this at 2 hours like I normally try to do. And I'm going to go down the line with Blue. I'm going to let you start, Blue.
Yep, I've got really nothing to say other than this was a great chat. I mean, goddamn, the external chat was flying. You guys kicked ass tonight. We still have 60 watching, and I think TR said at some point we had 78, and we got 59 thumbs up. Oh, we got 3 thumbs down. So before we all check out, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll catch you the next time.
All right, Daniel, would you like to do an outro?
Well, thanks for having me on there, TR. And all you guys is talking about not smoking made me come out there and think about smoking. But I went to those American Spirit ones. They're just straight tobacco. They don't have all that additive stuff. I went through nicotine withdrawal when I actually started, but I can make it through a whole day without smoking a cigarette because and once they just go to the regular tobacco, all that added junk that the tobacco companies put in you, I mean, it's gone. But that's all I got to add on that. Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been great talking.
Well, thanks for joining us, Daniel. And that's what I smoke.
That's what I smoke too. That's funny. Lime green ones.
One of these goes as far. I can smoke one of these, and somebody beside me will smoke 2 cigarettes before I finish one of these.
That is so true.
Anyway, Rick, would you like to do an outro?
I would love to do an outro. Thanks everyone for supporting TR, and a great channel tonight, and nice talking to you guys, Blue and Daniel and Roger. Check out some of my latest videos. If you're not a subscriber, get on over there and subscribe. Good stuff. Other than that, you guys have a safe night, and make sure you burn all your NFL shit and never watch NFL again.
Absolutely. And to promote my channel, I usually don't promote my channel, so I'm going to do it right quick before I sign off here. If you want to troll a troll, go back in my videos, because I have been just astounded at the response and how in the hell my video went viral for us anyway. Just this weekend, and whatever it was, that video I'm shooting a CZ Evo with the arm brace, and I say something about Antifa wants a war or something like that. I got 10,000 views just in the last 3 days. I'm up to 118,000 views. There's over 2,200 comments, and a lot of them are trolls, if not half. So if you want to go mess with some trolls, go to that video. There's a buffet of trolls to go, because I didn't take hardly any of them off. I just let them go. Just go make fun of me. I don't give a shit. I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying, if you want to go see some funny comments and some people insult me, there's a prime platform for it. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Antifa, do you really want to fight with us? That's the name of the video. If you want to go see some trolling, there's over 2,200 comments. That's an afternoon read.
Yeah, and it's probably it's going to get even better because all the stuff going on in November.
Yeah, I think that's why it got hit so much this weekend, because on Friday it had 108,000. Today it's got 118,000.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
TR's picture on a T-shirt with that logo above it. Hey, Antifa, do you really want to fuck with us? If you're getting that much, there's your money.
There you go. All right, Blue. So I got a challenge for you. No more football beer allowed.
Oh no! If there's not back to regular Bud Light by the time I go to the beer store the next time, I'm going to downgrade to Busch.
Nice.
I almost did it today, but it was like I already said, yeah, give me a 30 of Bud Light, and they brought it out, and I was like, fuck. So yeah, next time it'll be something different.
Well done.
All right, everybody. Thanks for a great chat, and we did it. We had a big crowd here tonight. That's
75 or something.
78 is what I seen. It might have been more, but I know it hit 78 at least, which is pretty big. That's a little bit. It's getting toward winter. The crowds get a little bigger, so come wintertime, if this continues to be successful, as far as the chat window is going to get worse, because we could probably hit 100 pretty easy, or more, and then the comments are flying for sure.
Yeah, we've done that before once.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and end this. Thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate it. I really do. I think we have really good chats, or at least I have fun at it, and I think the audience has fun at it. So we're going to continue this. So anyway, good night, everybody.